He was at the mouth of a creek on the way in about 5 minutes ago. So
There's a crocodile.
There's one here.
After 36 hours, 3 flights and 0 sleep, we finally made it to Sydney. I lost my GoPro within 24 hours. I left it in the basket of a Lime bike. But that didn't stop me. We boarded another flight to northern Queensland. Crocodiles, spiders, ancient rainforest and one unforgettable trip down the Daintree River. Stick around until the end to see where we head next.
So welcome back to the channel. Today I'm joined by Tom and Brianna and Zoe.
Thanks for remembering my name.
And we are going to the Daintree Forest. It's one of the oldest rainforests in the world. Well, the oldest rainforest in the world. And we're going to be going to a few sites on the way. What are they, Zoe?
Mossman Gorge.
Yes, and
Cape Tribulation.
Cape Tribulation, the Daintree River. So stick with us if you want to see some crocodiles, birds, waterfalls, loads of stuff. So we are on our way to Port Douglas, which is where our hotel is, but we're just on the Captain Cook Highway. We thought we'd stop, just come down here. Hope we don't see any crocodiles. I will be running if we do. It's so warm here, it's different to Sydney. Sydney was hot, but this is just humid. Don't get too close, Zoe. Tropical beach. God. Zoe, don't get too close. Careful! What do you think, Zoe? Brianna's brave. It's stinger season, Zoe.
You can go in that far.
I ain't going in. No, man. Don't, Zoe! You could die. You gotta do it, Zoe. What a place. Oh my God. This is just the sort of start of the good bits. Guys, you lot are brave.
It's worth it.
I must say, kids did very well in the walk.
Yeah.
Very well.
Killed it.
I think you could have done it, Rafi.
Monstera. Then that would hit the ground.
Oh, that's nice.
Come to me, come to me.
So cold.
Oh, it's so cold. You gotta go in. Polish it.
You gotta go.
Oh,
You gotta do it.
I hope those things don't smear up your pinto. Oh, it's so good.
And just how quickly like your body gets used to them.
Hello.
Enjoying it?
Loving it.
Gold
Yeah?
in the rocks.
It's nice. Going to find some gold?
No, we're trying.
Okay.
We'll get
Gold
some.
rush.
Eventually.
What a setting. So yeah, we're in the Daintree Rainforest. After this we're going to head up towards Cape Tribulation, and en route we're going to cross the Daintree River, and hopefully we're going to get a bit of a boat trip along that river. But this was worth the 3 or 4 flights or whatever it was to get here. It's amazing. Beautiful spot. Oh.
Oh, Tom, come here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
If you drive up there, there's like a field full of like banana trees and stuff. You just plow through, mate. You're absolutely fine.
This is a cool little walkway. This is definitely croc country. Hi mate.
Hey.
You alright? G'day.
Now, my job today is to talk to you about the plant life. Rather unique vegetation, your job, look for wildlife. Quite simply, many eyes make the job of spotting things easier. I know where we've got reptiles, let's see how you go spotting them. So 1 adult per kilometre of waterway, adult crocodile, something bigger than 2.5 metres. So if all goes well, we're going to see one within the next probably 50 metres, hopefully.
Lovely.
Now they can be found in the water, or they can climb out of the water, take themselves way up on the banks, depending on what they feel like.
How do they act during the tide changes?
They take advantage of low tide.
Yeah.
If we've got somewhere for them to lie, like these areas here, they'll normally.
Especially on a daylight.
Yeah. This is a good day.
What's your name, mate?
Mick.
Mick.
Yeah.
Cool. Looks like a great place for a little swim.
It's a good spot for a swim. You get off the boat and have a walk.
Might not get that.
See up here. Up
Yeah.
behind the tree root.
Oh yeah, see it?
See, you got 2 branches crossing over. She's behind it.
Wow.
You'd hardly notice that at all,
Not
would you?
at all.
So we've got 79 mangrove species worldwide. Out of the 79, Australia's got 41. Queensland's got 39. In the Daintree River, we have 37 true mangroves. The additional 4 islands. They're the most mangrove diverse waterway in the world. All to do with the way salt water is pushed inland, just over 20 kilometres, allowing different species of mangrove to inhabit different parts of the river depending on the salinity. Mangroves are saline specific, so depending on the salt, what species of mangroves will grow there. So what we have here won't grow down near the ocean, nor will it grow any further upstream in the fresh water. Relegated to 50 salt, 50 fresh. Every 5 kilometres, has maybe 7 or 8 species of mangrove that are only found in that environment. Alright, one of the statements that brings visitors to our part of the world, the Daintree Rainforest, oldest tropical rainforest on the planet. That's a true statement, but the lower part of the Daintree is around 35 million years old. There's only one spot where we see that timeless vegetation. We've got a mountain up here, covered in cloud. Alright, that's Thornton's Peak. That was named by the same bloke who named the Daintree River way back in 1873. But the history behind that land formation is spectacular. The first part of the Daintree pushed out of the water over 250 million years ago. Prior to our first separation of Gondwana land, or the breaking up of the supercontinent, where we are right now would have been about a mile beneath the surface of the sea. The coast, which is 200 k's out to the west, out near Chiligo. And what they got out Chiligo at the moment is marble. That used to be the Great Barrier Reef. So they marked the Daintree rose up out of the ocean with the first plate movement as an island, basically surrounded by lowland coastal vegetation. 250 million years ago to 90 million years ago, not much went on. Long period of calm. 90 million years ago, second major plate movement. Daintree rose up out of the water, giving us the topography that we see today. Now, since that time, we've had a number of major events that have basically reshaped the lower surface of the Earth. Rising sea levels, melting ice caps, reversing magnetic poles. A lot of our lower world surface has been flooded. That mountain stood above the rising sea levels. Secondly, the volcanic times. The wet tropics was poisoned by very large volcanoes up on the tablelands, remnant craters, Lake Marine and Lake Eacham. You can go and actually swim in these craters, they're full of water. But when they were exploding, throwing debris everywhere, poisoned all the tropics, Thornton Peak, because of its height, draws in its own microclimate. Today it receives about 10 metres of rain. Volcanic time, 15, 20 metres of rain. Whatever happened, the rain, the cloud, the moisture protected the plant life. The volcanoes stopped, Thornton Peak popped out from behind the cloud, plant life recolonised what we call wet tropics today. That mountain, mother to our forest. Normally you get no waves here, right? You got 30 to 35 knots offshore. That's horrible. Come down the back a little bit, you guys, otherwise you're going to keep getting wet.
I have no idea. Yeah, actually, that's a good shot. No, that was just a big rock.
There's a crocodile.
There's one here.
Yeah, right
In the water.
Nice spot.
Here's one of her babies right here. You've got me, it's horrible, and I'm just going to sort this out. It's a little bit thumpy if you touch the bank. Sometimes mum hides under there too. I think the head come up this end, didn't it?
Where?
Underneath there, it's a head there, yeah. That was a head.
Yeah.
there's a baby. They're under the
Oh, I can see the tail.
Just be careful where you dangle your arms. Right?
Oh my god, so
There's a
that's
baby.
Mum there.
Where is she?
Just there. Like, no?
Yeah,
Mummy's in there.
Mum's just here
There
somewhere.
are babies.
I'm not leaning over.
Oh, there's a baby, yeah, all right.
Oh yeah, see the
just
little
underneath
tail?
it. Yep.
Look, come in that
See
little
the
patch
tail?
there, you can see the tail of the baby croc.
So Mum is just in here.
Mum's just there.
Can you see her?
Well, no, I
saw her.
Yeah,
I
she's
saw her
in there.
head too.
Yeah, she just went under.
So you can just see the tail. See if she comes out.
Where's she going? What's she going with herself?
I'm being careful.
Oh
Is it just the mangroves just there? Does it go further inland? Like,
No, mangrove.
stops there?
What the mangrove occupies is what we call the intertidal zone. So this is a part of the river system from the intermediate tide to the highest naturally occurring tide of the year. Oh, Brahminy kite in front of us. Yeah. What they feed on is baby crocodiles.
Oh.
Get your hands up, Papa.
yeah,
Exceptionally agile in their movement, preying on small snakes, frogs, baby crocodiles.
How old do the crocs have to get before they leave them alone?
Probably 2, I reckon. By the
Oh,
time,
really?
Yeah, by the time they're around 450 mil, they're starting to get a little bit of a handful for them. While in their first 12 months, they're very defensive.
This is amazing, this is.
Isn't it?
Get out of my
This is
house.
like one of the best bits.
Yeah.
Now we're on the river at low tide. Now the funny thing about the vegetation that lives beside the riverbank, mangroves, are only found in salt water. They hate the stuff. Noticeable lack of leaves underneath the high water mark. Consistent submergence of the leaves by salty water actually kills the leaves. And secondly, they don't drink salt water, they all drink fresh. And the way they acquire their fresh water is basically filtration. You've got a network of roots beneath the mud that immediately block out 90% of the salt. Finer salt particles follow moisture up the trunk of the tree and are dealt with by leaves and bark. Now, we've got 2 types of salt dispersal involving leaves. One is called excretion. This is used by mangroves that have dull, lackluster, not shiny leaves. And a good example is the leaves that are just over there on the left. They're not glossy or shiny. Large open cells on the leaf surface, and the method of pushing salt out is excretion. Salt will be pushed out of every leaf. A couple of weeks and no rain, you lick the leaves and you can taste the salt. A month, you can see it as a very strong crystal. So that's that tree there, excreta. This tree up higher, you've got the shiny leaves and you've got yellow leaves. Look like they're randomly placed. That's called the sacrificial leaf. That's an old leaf that's now absorbing salt that's travelling through the tree's transpiratory system. Wow. Now, looking like the leaves are randomly placed, they're not. They're specifically positioned. Structure of the tree, trunk, limb, branch, twig. As you come out the twig, the first leaf you meet is the yellow leaf. This makes it the oldest leaf on the twig. Now these leaves are happy for 2 years, they live for 3, but the last year of their life they're dedicated to catching or trapping salt. All to do with the glossy membrane. Once they're 2 years old, that membrane dissipates. Moisture that enters the leaf carrying small particles of salt, that's the first leaf they meet on the twig. So as moisture is pushed into the leaf, because you've got no membrane there, it evaporates. Salt that was with that moisture is now trapped in the leaf tissue. However, a small amount of fresh water is pushed past that leaf and out to the leaves on the end of the branch, ensuring the branch's survival. The yellow leaf catches salt for 12 months, dies, falls from the tree, lands on the riverbank or lands in the water. Per hectare, every 12 months they'll drop over 10 tonne of leaves. Now these provide food for the mangrove inhabitants, crabs, shellfish on the banks, fungi on the water surface, but more importantly, there's one species of crab that grabs these big yellow leaves, he cuts them up into smaller sections with his nippers, and then he carries the leaves down into his burrow and he glues them on the inside of his burrow. What the leaves are doing, or what he thinks he's doing, he's stopping his tunnel from collapsing. What happens though with the leaves, as they deteriorate, they turn black, they smell, and they produce a very important element for the trees that they don't get because of the salt water around them, nitrogen. The crabs will take the leaves into the burrow. As they break down, they produce nitrogen. Now nitrogen normally falls with the rain and it's created by lightning. One lightning strike will give around 7 kilograms of usable nitrogen. That's why our gardens look so flash after a good tropical storm, that nitrogen fix. The salinity doesn't allow those plants to get that nitrogen that falls with the rain, and therefore without the crabs and the leaves doing their job, these plants would suffer.
Wow.
We've actually done studies with Stanford University from the States down at the mouth of the river. We fenced off 100 square metres, put a fence into the mud, half a metre, took all the crabs out. Watch what the trees done in the following 6 months. Because they weren't getting their nitrogen, they somehow managed to drop more and more leaves. So they were dropping more leaves.
But they couldn't keep,
Yeah, because they weren't getting their nitrogen fixed.
Then
Take the fence down, put the crabs back in there.
happy days.
6 months we're back into it again. Yeah.
Crazy.
Now what happens up here in the floods is all the crabs get washed out, and they all go down the river,
And
down
that's
the
why
river,
that happens.
and then you start to see deterioration until the crabs come back and start doing their nitrogen fix again.
Interconnected.
It's such a fine balance, like you take one wheel off the wagon and the whole show stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. We think we're the smart things. Not really.
Yeah.
My priority at the moment, I'm looking for snakes in the tree.
Snakes in the trees?
Right, so yellow underneath, so skin's in good condition.
I can't see it. Oh,
Yeah.
where, sorry?
Over here.
You see it, Tom?
I feel like I can. Yeah.
No.
It's amazing how they hang on to the trees, like
Where's Zoe?
like branches getting beaten about and put up with it.
now.
Occasionally you'll get them stretched out on a branch.
Oh, I don't have to. I get a break.
So guys, what
not
did you
the
think of
French.
that?
That was amazing. Amazing.
Insanely amazing.
We got
It
to see baby crocodiles.
It was so good.
They were only 8 weeks.
I felt like I was on some kind of...
No, his knowledge.
I know.
He's like a professor almost.
Yeah.
He knows
20
everything.
years he's been...
Highly
Professor of the
recommend.
river.
Mick, the
Yeah,
tour
come and see Mick.
Come and see Mick.
We'll give you the name of the company in a minute. But yeah, that's one of the highlights of the trip so far.
100%. Look at the flood level.
Look, that was done in
2019.
4 years later.
Global warming's real, guys.
That's what you call a sick cunt.
Yeah. Mick is a legend.
Rick is a sick Oh yeah, good idea.
So this is the place. Where are we? The Daintree River. And it's Daintree River crocodile cruise.
How'd you go?
Amazing.
You had a good time?
We love Mick.
Oh, you love Mick? All right, I
Yeah.
guess I'll keep him then.
Yeah, keep him.
People from Shropshire.
Like after 20 years, it's been a long trial period.
Yeah.
I suppose I should make it official.
These people are from Shropshire, and he was wondering why people looked at him funny when he said he was from Shropshire. Do you remember the Makona ad with the guy with the Makona coffee?